Hi, Tracy. Good to see you.
Hey, Drew, good to see you.
Today, we are wrapping up the leadership module, and we're talking about kind of the capstone skill in some ways, which is how to make things happen, how to lead an event. And even though we're going to be touching on a lot of the same skills that contribute to just leading a great weekly gathering, like the regular part of your group, we also want to talk some about how you lead an event that happens outside of that regular rhythm of meeting, which is sometimes a really helpful part of being a leader. So let's zoom in a little bit on that, on how to lead events. Why would you consider that an essential skill of a small group leader? How does that contribute to the goals and just the vision of being a leader?
I think of that as really putting your values into action. So I think as small group leaders, we value the group bonding, we value the group growing in their relationship with God, and we value the group getting to engage in mission. And I think that events help that happen in a communal way and puts those values into action in a way that the group can experience together. So it's a real way I think that you serve your small group is to think through those kinds of events and that kind of leadership.
I always find that to be such a beautiful thing when you're responding to the scripture and you're saying, okay, let's put it into practice, but not just all individually, which is important. I mean, that's part of it often, but here's an opportunity for us to do this thing together. Is it just a really amazing time as a small group and really energizing as a small group leader. What's an event that you've done as a small group, maybe as a small group leader? Like what's an event that you could put forward as an example?
I think of this one because it was so fun for the group as well as was a way to engage in mission. So we did like a fundraiser for some missionaries that our church was supporting,
Hmm.
and we were raffling off 2 tickets to Disneyland. And so we got people to like buy raffle tickets, but the event was gathering to pull the winner. So we had dinner together. We were like filming the actual like pulling of the ticket, and everyone's like really excited about it to announce it and say who won. And it was just I think of that one because it was so fun and bonding, and I think it was helping us do some of the things that we want to be about as a small group and as a people of God. And so that was just a really fun kind of group experience for us, and one that I still remember to this day because it was just kind of unique.
That is the other piece about these sort of events, right? Is that it is, yeah, unique and memorable. It really makes a really special experience for the participants, and can help us really take a big step of growth, that we didn't experience just in the regular weekly meeting. So we've already talked about, I think, a lot of the skills that contribute to being able to do an event like this. We've talked about planning and hospitality, with communication. What else do we need to grow in order to be effective at considering these sorts of events and making that a part of our small group?
I think of it in terms of vision, but vision that's really zeroed in on the people that you're trying to serve. And so I think of 2 questions, which are how are people coming into the event when they arrive? What are they coming from? What are they going to be feeling? Maybe tired from work, maybe busy, maybe whatever, stressed out by different things, or happy to be together. It could be a range of things, but just trying to put yourself again in their shoes and think through like, how are they going to be when they're coming in, and what do they need therefore to enter into the event and that kind of space that you're trying to create. And it's related, but then also, how do you want them to leave?
Mm.
How do you want them to be feeling, thinking, or acting differently when they leave that event and that time that you have together? So is it you want them to feel encouraged? You want them to feel like they've had an experience of God? You want them to feel equipped to take a practical next step in their relationships or in their own growth? So really thinking through like what is the way that I hope that they'll leave differently, and I think that will help you have vision and shape the event accordingly, if you can think about those things ahead of time.
I love that as a frame. I mean, it keeps you from getting overwhelmed in the details of it, lost in the weeds of planning, while still having, just a clarity and an awareness of how the little parts contribute to that bigger picture of, how do they arrive and where do we want to be as we go. That's really good. Thank you so much, Tracy.
Thanks, Drew.